Hello our viewers online, welcome to Prestige Driving School. My name is VICENT Atuhura, the instructor. Today I'm going to take you through inspection of the vehicle and the basic mechanics and the basic maintenance of the car. Now we are beginning with what we call bube. There is a formula. We have body for the first B, U for the underneath, B for bonnet, E for emergency tools, and I for in cabin. So let's look at the car and we understand how we inspect using the bube formula or method. We are beginning with the bube, letter B. This is the body of the vehicle. So when we inspect the body of the vehicle, we go around. We start from one point and we go around. Let's come and we fall around as we check the body of the vehicle. We check the tires. We ensure that these car handles are good. The body has no dents. The side mirrors are in correct position. As we go around, we check the tires. We inspect our wipers if they are safe and in good working condition. We continue seeing our lights if they are good. We check our number plate, continue checking our headlamps and the indicators if they are all well. We continue checking the side mirrors, the tires. We are checking the body basically of this car. Now we are going to inspect underneath this vehicle. We must strip down and we confirm that there is nothing under the vehicle. There is no human being, there is no animal under the vehicle, there is nothing down, which we shall knock when we begin to move. That is our letter U for underneath. Now this is the bonnet. We are looking at how to inspect the bonnet. We have several things we are going to inspect in this bonnet. When we are inspecting the bonnet, we have to make sure we inspect if the bonnet, the radiator tank has water. In the radiator tank, we open if it is not hot, and we confirm there is water. And apart from water, we also confirm that we have a coolant in this water, which helps as an anthrust. So there is water at the maximum level for cooling the engine. We have water. After inspecting our radiator, we make sure it is tight. Another aspect we can inspect is the battery. We have to inspect the battery. We make sure that this battery is for supplying power to the car. We make sure the terminals are tight and the water acid level is at the maximum. Now this one is not for water, it is for powder. You make sure that the green light on top is lighting. It is not in red, which means it is still strong. If it was in red, it would mean it is weak. So our battery is good for the vehicle. Then we continue moving. We go to the engine oil. When we go to the engine oil, we are supposed to inspect the oil and confirm there is the lower level and the maximum level on this dipstick. This is what we call a dipstick. We have the maximum level and the lower level. Now we wipe the dipstick. After ensuring it is clean, we put it back and we get the correct level of the engine oil. There we are. You can see the engine oil at the maximum, which means it is good to go. We put it back. The function of the engine oil is to ensure it lubricates the engine to avoid any friction. If you drive without engine oil, you can knock the engine. Just like on the water, if you drive without water in the radiator, you can burn the cylinder head gasket. So those are the inspections there. We continue to another one. We are going to the brake fluid. Now the brake fluid has the maximum level and the lower and the minimum level. So it must be at the maximum level. We continue to the brake fluid. The brake fluid has the maximum level and the minimum level. If it goes to the minimum level, we have to top up so that it can soften the brakes and we are able to brake the vehicle safely. So we also have the power steering fluid. This vehicle does not have power steering fluid container. It uses pressure, so that one we are not checking. We check the washer fluid. The washer fluid, we are supposed to check if there is water in here. If it's not there, we top up. Now the water is there. I can see it on the dipstick. So it has water for the wipers. That's what we call the washer fluid. That is okay. We continue doing our checks. We go to Then we also inspect the engine cleanness. The engine must be clean. It must not have dirt. It must not have grasses. If you have inspected all the liquids, you have inspected the battery, the engine oil, the water, the radiator, the battery, we are good to go. So our engine is safe. We are good to drive this vehicle. That is the section of the bonnet. Let's close our bonnet. So we are inspecting the tools of this vehicle. And for the tools, that is the, you see we are looking at the bube, body, underneath, bonnet and emergency. The tools fall under E, that is emergency. We have to ensure this vehicle has a jack for replacing the tire in case there is a tire which has broken down. Then we have to ensure that we have a wheel spanner and the lever for raising the jack. So we have to ensure that we have the tools before we begin any trip so that we are safe in case we get a problem. That is the emergency. We are also supposed to carry first aid kit and a reflector triangle in the vehicle for alerting other road users in case there is an emergency breakdown. So that is the emergency part. So there is another letter, the last one, that is the in-cabin. Now when we talk about in-cabin on the Bube, we are talking about inside the vehicles here. Before we begin moving, we make sure that our doors are locked. We make sure that the driver's seat is in the correct position. I can fit and be able to check to see ahead. Then the steering, I make sure that I adjust the steering to be at the correct height for me, that I can be able to drive. After the steering, I make sure the side mirrors can be able to see what is following from behind. If my side mirrors are in the correct level, I adjust them, make sure they are in the correct level. After adjusting them well, I go to my safety belt. After ensuring my safety belt is on, and my passengers are on their safety belt, including my instructor, if I'm a student, then I'll be good to go. And in this vehicle, there should be no loose objects. Everything should be tightened for safety purposes. Now, after completing with the in-cabin, I'm good to go.